Before the Grammys, before the Platinum Records, before the world knew his name, he was just Keem Carter Jr., born in 2000 in Carson, California, raised in Las Vegas. A quiet kid with headphones on, obsessed with beats, watching, learning, and calculating in his mind. This is the story of how Baby Keem turned isolation into innovation, how he built his sound from the ground up, and how he discovered that one of the greatest rappers alive, Kendrick Lamar, was not just an inspiration, but family. Keem was born October 22nd, 2000. Even though he was born in California, much of his upbringing happened in Las Vegas. His childhood wasn't really picture perfect, he didn't really have the best things that a lot of kids had. His mother struggled with addiction, his father wasn't consistently present, he was largely raised by his grandmother, someone who is often credited as a stabilizing force in his life.
His guardian. My mother was a substitute school teacher, so she told him how to read, how to write. It won't be no Keem if it wasn't for her.
His grandma, man, she took care of him, and my auntie, she took care of all of us. She the reason why I'm down here, you feel me? She put me in that car. So, you know what I'm saying? My auntie was the foundation of everything, and it's kind of like when she died, it kind of like, everybody kind of like, because already when Grands died, you already know how the family just dismantled. But saying like when my auntie died, the family really dismantled, G. But yeah, man, she took care of Keem, man. She took care of all of us. And I know that fucked him up when she died, man. But, that's life, man. You move on and you get better.
My grandma used to love homeless people. Like, just homeless people in general. That was her thing. She used to always have these, like, men, like, these homeless, like, ish men, homeless-ish type men, like, anyway, she would send me out with them to go sell candy. That's how I learned how to lie, bro. I don't have to lie. Like, my grandma was like, tell them you basketball team. My grandma had diabetes, so, like, we would just walk all the time. That was her thing. So I would just have to go with her. I used to be hot, and I would walk, and then we used to sell candy. That was, like, the two things, so.
Music became an escape for Keem. He didn't really care for, the fame or the money. He mainly just cared for the sound of the music. As a teenager, Keem wasn't really focused on being a rapper. He was focused on, the production side. He studied beats, song structure, and cadences. Keem was also very smart. He also learned software. So yeah, man, before he found his voice, he mastered the background. In 2017, he dropped an early project titled OCT. Look, I don't know if it's OCT, October, I don't know. But he titled the project OCT under his real name. For some reason, the project got taken off major streaming services, and still to this day, as a Keem fan, I don't know why it got taken off. On January 16th, 2018, Baby Keem released his second EP, Midnight. He showed potential and similar production to OCT. It demonstrated a more confident delivery from Keem, and just how you would kind of see his sound getting better and better. In that same year, Baby Keem released his debut mixtape, The Sound of Bad Habits. Before the spotlight, Keem contributed behind the scenes on major projects in 2019, working behind the scenes production for Beyonce. That is still crazy to this day. Keem also did work connected to the Black Panther album. That album was curated by Kendrick Lamar.
Oh, shit.
Hey, what the motherfucker, can't you read? No tip, no photo. What? Nigga, are you deaf? Oh, nigga, I know you hear me. Hey, oh, okay, all right. Hey, you gonna see me. Just slap the shit out your motherfucking ass. Cheap ass motherfucker. Got me fucked up.
They didn't grow up side by side, they weren't inseparable as kids, but as Keem got deeper into music, their connection strengthened. Imagine finding out the artist that you study, the voice shaping modern hip-hop is related to you. Now for all the idiots saying,
K-Dot gave him an handout, he didn't deserve any of the things that he's getting now.
Like nigga,
hold your fucking horses, pal.
Look gang, Kendrick didn't hand him success. In fact, Kendrick reportedly told him to figure it out, and that's exactly what Keem did. In 2019, a song called Orange Soda hits the internet. The cadence was different, the voice cracked, tracks, the beat. In my opinion, the beat felt like, I don't know, it felt addictive to me. The song went viral and suddenly Baby Keem wasn't Kendrick's cousin. He was next up. He followed it with the mixtape Die For My Bitch, and in my opinion, it was pretty creative. I'm just saying. In 2020, he was selected for the XXL freshman class. The industry was definitely watching, bro, and at this time, nobody really knows that they're cousins. At least I didn't know. I didn't know these niggas were cousins in 2020. Maybe I did. In 2021, Keem released his debut studio album, The Melodic Blue. Fucking classic, by the way. This was the moment the album featured the crazy collaboration on Family Ties. The Drake dick riders love to hate on this song and hate on anything related to Kendrick. This song won a Grammy for Best Rap Performance, and just like that, The Kid from Vegas. Other key moments that happened this year, you got Do-Rag Activity featuring Travis Scott, Range Brothers, and Vent. Keem's sound blended hype and, you know, being able to change his voice so much you think it's another nigga on the song. That's a fact. Keem was influenced by artists like Kid Cudi and Kanye West. Him being vulnerable with his music is what I enjoy the most about his art. It's just so like different. Keem would eventually sign with PG Lane, the creative company funded by Kendrick Lamar and Dave Free. Again, his success did not come from nepotism. It came from preparation, you know, years of producing and just him concentrating and working hard to get better with his craft. Kendrick once called Keem a musical genius, and Keem staying in isolation while becoming the artist we have today shows that with hard work and determination, you can become anything. Well, certain shit you're kind of fucked. Like, I used to want to play basketball, I ended up being too short. I'm gonna be honest, 6th grade year, my nigga, I think I was like 5'1". Coach was like, nigga, look, you can go play, man. Look, we want you, man. I hit a nigga with a euro. Hit a nigga and one. Right? You know, like niggas saying, oh, nigga, you know what I'm saying? You got the spot. Like, don't worry, man. You got the spot, man. Just wait. As soon as I get there, I'm like, do I still have the spot? He's like, hey, go check. If your name is on that means you made it. I go over there. And niggas like, where's my name? Where's my name? Hopefully my name is right here. Nope, nigga, there is no name. All the tall niggas made it. Niggas like me didn't, you know, and I never play ball again. So certain shit, you're kind of fucked. Maybe I'm just fucked. Maybe I'm ass. Damn, nigga, I need therapy, nigga. Where the fuck did that come from? Was I really venting to niggas? Now look, if you're wondering why I took out most years, look, this nigga ain't dropped in years until this year. So it's not much I can really tell y'all. I don't know what was going on. He didn't drop because, I mean, think about it. Who the fuck is finna drop when Kendrick and Drake are in a beefing mode? Nobody's trying to drop at that time, my nigga. We watching these two main niggas go at it. So, I mean, that's understandable. Plus, the nigga, when he made the album, his first album, guess what? That bitch ass producer was like, damn, they beefing now, nigga. Sorry, Keem. You gonna have to find somebody else to do this shit with. Now he had to restart everything. Nobody talks about how that nigga, that bitch ass producer took a side, nigga. It was like, look, you're not getting these beats, my guy. I'm siding with Drake. And here we are now, 2026. He dropped his album Casino. I really love the album. I'm still giving it a 10 out of 10. It's this one song that just plays in my head. I think it's called Dramatic Girl. I love that song. That shit is like, it's been in my head since I listened to the album. So yeah, if y'all want to know my opinions on the album in itself and what I really thought about it, make sure you go click on this video right here. But Baby Keem came from a complicated childhood, and you know, he still was able to produce beats from behind the scenes, finding out one of the greatest rappers alive was his cousin, and also just winning a Grammy before 22 years old. And the scariest part is that he's just getting started, and I don't think he's gonna quit anytime soon. This isn't the story of Kendrick Lamar's cousin. This is the story of Baby Keem.
Just wanted to say something real quick for everybody at home and, you know, everybody here tonight. I think the obvious point in the room is that it's been a long time since I've seen some of y'all. And it wouldn't be fair to me to kind of just continue like nothing happened, you know? Like, I gotta tell my loyal fans, I see a lot of y'all with the merch on, and, you know, y'all be supporting Day One people, you know what I'm saying? Real humans, real individuals in this room right now and watching from home with stories just like I got. You know, for me, when I made this album, like, it was originally like named after my mom, you know, like I was trying to like find that pocket. But then I realized that was just unfair in a way. There's so many people that helped me become who I am today. And, you know, some of those stories that I'm telling on the album that you guys seen in the doc, or the people that I'm raised around, That's just the half of it. That's not even the half of it, if I'm honest. But you know, my grandma passed away last year, same month. So it's kind of a, you know, this is a celebration tonight for her. I wish she was able to be here, but I think she's here in spirit. I like to believe, you know. When I was writing this album, I was just surfing through the topics. And, you know, these same stories kept coming up, these same prominent stories about how, you know, I grew up and just wanted to shine light on that for people, you know, not to make it seem like I'm some sort of special individual. I think everybody in here can relate to something I got to tell. I mean, that's why y'all here, right? So as I grow in my career, you know, this is a very special night because I went away and I did something very important and I got to shine light on that story. And so I know my grandma's proud. I know my family, they're in the room, they're proud. My mom's not able to be here tonight, but I know I hope she's watching. You know, and you know, it's not that I'm elusive or anything, or I'm trying to, like, you know, be gimmicky, or it's just real life shit that I go through every day, you know? Like, I remember, I'll tell y'all a little story about Coachella, right? Some of y'all may have been there, some may not have, but you were there, yeah. So Coachella, we're working on this album and we're starting the platform for this album. We had a house, and you know, like during that album, I remember getting a call and they said my mom had left rehab, you know. For me, that was the last option, that was the last hope, you know, so to hear that she had left, I'm like, how do y'all let her leave, you know, and that was hours after I got off the stage. You know, so I'm going through shit every day, you know what I mean, and I got this medium. I'm so blessed to have this medium and people that, you know, will listen to that, you know, so. So tonight is a celebration for those that go through things. And I made this album because of that. And I named it Casino because that's where I went through all of the things that I went through. You know, and that's shaped me to be up here today. So, you know, this was an album where I kind of just, a lot of these stories, I'm telling you, I used to be embarrassed to talk about. You know, nobody wants to talk about their mom being in that sort of way or whatnot. I grew up just being like, damn, this is embarrassing to me. But, you know, I kind of changed my perspective on that a lot, you know. It's not embarrassing no more. It's an empowering thing. Like, I wouldn't change my story, ever. I wouldn't change not one bit. This album is for the child that walks home slow. You know, you get off the school bus and you're just with your friends, and then you get home and it's a whole different world. You're a whole different person. This is for that kid that walks home slow with the AirPods in their ears, or, you know, so. Again, I want to thank you guys for celebrating this album with me tonight. I appreciate you.